forgetting my days. July 13th at 5:46 p.m. It's right about after class, or 45 minutes, no, about an hour after getting out of the lab. And I decided to do this now because last time I tried to submit a video onto Pinterest from a YouTube account, it took, it wouldn't do it. But I think it was just I didn't give the video enough time to upload itself. So I'm making sure that this video gets uploaded in a good, nice, clean manner and get it onto my Pinterest there. So now let's talk about my process with this. I did my usual. I used Z-spheres first, but there was a friend of mine, Gabriel Leon on Facebook, who posted his Z-sphere person sculpt, and I am kind of new to the positioning of Z-spheres for the human body. I understand it pretty much for animals, or quadruped animals, but the human body was kind of eluding. So I saw his, and I based my Z-spheres off of his, and I'll post a picture of his Z-sphere pattern on my Pinterest board after I'm done with this video. So after the Z-spheres, when I made the adaptive skin, it looked, I wonder if I have a saved thing of it. Well, actually, here's what the Z-spheres looked like when I completed them, when I positioned them the way I wanted to. Oh, and this is my bust of Chris Hemsworth. And with my, do I have it down here? I do. I'll just show you the adaptive skin, what it looked like. Yeah, not the best. I believe one of my classmates I was showing this to get critique, a little bit of minor critique. It looked like Jar Jar Binks when it was in Z-sphere mode. But anywho, after getting it into adaptive skin, dynameshing, tweaking, all I did was use the move tool. I attempted to use clay buildup a couple of times, but ended up not just backspacing out of those and just continued using move, and I ended up honestly getting more detail than I thought I would, but this is actually somewhat by accident. The mouth area was somewhat by accident. Although, now that I've done it, I'll know how to do it on purpose in the future. Anyway, so I mainly worked on the head first. I have all my reference images I used up here. And I used this side view of Chris Hemsworth for getting his side view in. And then I went into Photoshop and made sure that my front view that I wanted to use lined up pretty well with my side view. The only kind of mishap was at some points, at least one of these lines wouldn't read well when I was on the face of my ZBrush guy. And I noticed a bit too late with this one. This is the front view I decided to use for this, but I realized too late that it is kind of mildly askew. Like, you can see one side seems to have more surface space than the other. So I opted to just focus on one side and do symmetry. I mean, usually we do that anyway. So just ignoring if the other side overlaps the picture or whatever. And from there I just constantly just kept moving around the head and space, and I do have to smooth out a few things. There are some flat marks, and I'll probably work on this a little bit more after I submit the video. And when it came to the bust area, it was actually a tidbit difficult. I ended up, I used this picture, it is not of anyone of remotely the same body stature of Chris Hemsworth, but I needed some kind of reference for how a back would curve. I believe Chris Hemsworth is more of a straight back, but I really just needed the top portion of this. And I did go into Photoshop and started trying to mess with the sculpt of his face. How did I just minimize things? Ah, here we are. So, I actually do not have this on my reference images yet either. I'm going to post this quite soon afterwards, but this is a photo of Chris Hemsworth I've had for a little bit now, actually since 3DF, and I decided to just spin it, crop it, and spin it, and use it as my torso width. And torso in general. All the other pictures I ended up getting before were the one picture I got of his torso was him at an angle, and another picture, which I have right here, is of his front view, has him in his suit. Of course, I'd rather work with just him in skin mode. Or skin mode, that's terrible. And then I found this nifty little reference of a male bust mannequin. I'm assuming it's a mannequin. And this was quite nice to get the angle of the shoulders that I needed. I'll probably be keeping this picture for quite a while. And so, I got the torso. It's not as angled as I would like it. Probably go back and fix that. And I know how you like. I remember last time with the RS, you wanted us to attempt doing the ears, and I used a technique that Megan, the intern, ended up showing me, where I think I can backspace and show you, where I just what's the phrase I'm looking for? Quarantine? I don't know why that's the word I'm thinking about, but I quarantined this area, just started moving it around, looking at my front and side references to get this the way I wanted it to look, just for a blocked out form. I wasn't looking for a super duper hyped up ear yet, and it does look weird, but you know, that's probably because we can't see Chris Hemsworth's hair, so it doesn't make it makes it a little weird with the ears. But they're about the same. I believe they are. Where did my Photoshop go? It's about the same length apart. Although I see, I may actually have to make the ears bigger. I'll go back and look at that. So yeah, this is the sculpt. Oh, well, fast forward into the future. This is a sculpt as I have it currently. I did a bunch of saves on this, just in case I need to go back and do anything. And I do have a saved file of just my Z-spheres, just in case I need to make adjustments at this stage of my modeling. So yeah, overall, I'm actually pretty proud of what I've done so far, just with the move tool. And I'll give you one final spin. Front view, 3/4, looking from the side, back, other side, get a top view going. And I made sure that there is no top view of Chris Hemsworth, not that I know of. So I've made it a nice skull shape, I would say. And back to the front. This has been Chelsea Neal's PCC 1 Blockout stage. Hope you like what I've done so far. I would love any and all critiques from anyone, actually. Alright, everyone have a good day.